all right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is March 3rd, 2025. It's a Monday, so let's start the new week with a shebang, shall we? Shebang! Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that's right, everybody. It is Monday. It's March. Which is why we didn't have a members show yesterday. Still trying to recover. It's been a rough week, man. I'm sorry. I try to go when I can, and that's that. But it seems like I get sick every Sunday and Wednesday and Friday. At least that's what it was this week. So sorry about yesterday, but we're gonna, I purposely don't I purposely don't talk all day to let my voice get back to normal. This is just the residual effect from yakking. So anyway, we're here. We got UFO world in front of us. We've got things to do. And I don't think Luna, Paulina, Luna? What? I don't think she's going to have any luck in the UFO department. There won't be any disclosure. There won't be anything new. There won't be anything we haven't heard. And I'm afraid it's just going to be the same old stalemate that these people go through when they try to do their jobs. And I think Paulina Luna is going to have a major... I think she was built to fail. Just like the Twin Towers. Oh! Twin Tower. Yeah, you guys don't. Cans. Come on, guys. You know, Paulina Luna was on Maxim magazine? I didn't know that. She was on Maxim. Not only that, the cover. Oh, that helped a little. So, we'll be, we're going to discuss why. Don't worry, it'll loosen up. It always does. Who knew? I didn't know this was going to happen, but we're going to talk about the walls that she's going to have to climb to get over the hump. Aruga. Oh, they were going to launch SpaceX. I was saving it so we could all watch it together. Before we do roll call, let's do roll call real quick. We'll get to the launch. And then we'll talk about the failures that the task force declassification Luna cycle thing is never gonna get it. Bob Birkin's got the message. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to this show. Hey, the angel of GUFON. What do you say, Jay? SL's here. How you doing, SL? Welcome to the show. Glenn Collins. How you doing? Hey, oh. Ozzy Tiger. Living free, man. Living free. How you doing? Hey. Glenn Collins. What do you say there? Huh? Henry Sterling. There he is. Good to see you. New England, Doit. What do you say, NED? You got the Doit? We got the water. Thor. Let's try that again. Thor. Thor.
Thor, there we go. We gotta talk like this. I gotta talk like Andre the Giant. Stop hitting me. Lay out me. Lay out me. You got the super Cushman now.
It's pretty good. It does sound like him.
Stop hitting me.
That's pretty good. All right, welcome to the show. Hey, Kelly Lewis, what do you say? How do you be? Ay, 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 ay. Hey, your audio's pitchy. My audio is pitchy. Let's see if I hit something. Maybe. I don't know what you mean by pitchy. I don't know pitchy. I never heard that before. All I ever hear is how good the audio is. I never heard that before. I'm not saying you're wrong.
But if I get loud, it might get pitchy.
It happens. These aren't studio microphones. I'm using a Yeti. This isn't a Shure. Sounds fantastic to me. Sounds fantastic to me. But I appreciate your input. All right, if I didn't say your name for the intro, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Giddy up. Cindy Krause, good for you. Welcome to the show. She gets it. This DJ 808. What do you say there? Welcome to the show. All right, Henry Sterling. Probably the first. We do have a super chat goal of 10. God, we never even hit that yet. Yeah, since they started that goal, I just try it just to see. I mean, I don't keep track. But if you want to help support the show, this is how you do it. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Check it out. Support Truthology for ufology. Not because you should, but because you have to. Nah, forget whatever you want to do. All right. And I got kids to feed. Look, he hasn't even grown in a year and a half. Look at. This guy's frozen stiff. Frozen because he can't eat. And look at this one. Still hasn't filled out his body yet. We need food. And all the other kids, they're out sleeping, hovering, doing what they do. It's my family. I know. Look at this one. This one went through the Philadelphia experiment and is glued to this. I can't get him away from it. This one had a psychosis breakdown. Look at him. Look at him. Look at it. Look at this one. Look at this one. Psychosis. He doesn't even know what he is. Superman, alien, human, woman. What's a woman? All right, let's get started into the. Sorry, Thor, you had to see all that. It's not the usual me. I know. I just don't give a shit anymore, I guess. I really don't. I don't care. That's what it's come down to. I just don't care anymore. And I'm looking for these shabrings. I saw this. See how it shows up on my end? It doesn't show up like you would think. I don't like that. Thank you, Sky Allen. 34 months. That's like the second highest. See, there they are. Gifted one membership. Jar Jar Binks gifted a membership to Robert Redmond's clip channel. Ain't that some shit? Look at Jar Jar. Mr. Katchy. Thank you, Jar Jar. I have to do it. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I know. Thank you very much. That support. And it's beautiful. It is. It really is. It's beautiful. Thank you very much for the support. All right. Oh, really? Thank you. Oh, Metalhead. There we go. That's the name of the new channel. I'd gaff. I'd gaff, but nobody would care. Let's watch the launch. Marcel, because of you, this is happening. You understand that, right? Because of you.
Tower completed down there, so they're pretty much just building the
10 minutes, it says,
flame
right?
trench and new launch mount.
Whether or not they're going to try for a third.
Here we go. Hello,
Now less than 2 minutes to plan liftoff.
2 minutes. All right, we'll bring it down to right about there.
Bye for additional updates
40
on
seconds. Time is now. Hey, it still says 40. What the health? Look at this. Still didn't go minutes later. Oh, here it goes. It's actually going. Shh. I should have went outside and recorded it. Oh. Remember when I did that one year? Here we go. T minus 95 seconds. Thrusters on.
But we will definitely let people know.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in.
We won't know that for sure until we dig into everything that kicked us out of our attempt today. So obviously just keep an eye on all of our updates.
Address the issue.
Okay. See, this is the reason why I don't drive down to Cape Fear anymore. That was a one-off, and I got lucky. It took off. That was pretty cool, though, hearing the sonic booms. Pow, boom, pow. And I'm like, doo, 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 like I was getting shot. Doo, 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 like the Matrix. It's so funny when they get shot in movies, they do that. It's not even what a bullet goes right through you. Fuck. Yeah, you know. I guess you could. It depends on the bullet, right? All right. There's a lot of stuff to go over right now. And I am at my wit's end on what to start with. And I was going to start with Doty because, you know, it's easy. But then then I go Bledsoe, or do we listen to a little bit of Tulsi Gabbard? Do we watch a UFO video? Do we listen to Greer for a minute? Oh, I don't know. And do you really care if Hal Puthoff was a Scientologist? Would you care? Do you? Boy, I can't believe people have nothing else to talk about. It is so weird what people are doing right now in the UFO community for activity. Just anything goes. Yeah, I think we've hit that peak where anything goes and you either accept it or you don't. And those that accept it. And you can't change their minds at all. I'm going to take you back to 1970 blop. Probably the beginning stages of, let's just say, the UFOs versus mainstream media. And this is how we were treated back in the 70s. People took it a little seriously at first. They sure did. They even covered a group in Peru that was contacting UFOs and filming them. Yeah, in the 70s.
Esta noche, muy tarde, estos supuestos seres extraterrestres nos ofrecerían el avistamiento de una de sus naves espaciales.
Now that's a freaking haircut. Woo! Jay Leno would be proud of that little skunk monk there, right?
Sin embargo, pasan las horas, continúan las prácticas y el esperado avistamiento no se produce. El amanecer del nuevo día nos encuentra cansados y frustrados. La mayoría de los periodistas se va. Nosotros nos quedamos. Y esta vez la espera sí rinde frutos. Nosotros vimos y un fotógrafo profesional captó esta luz que se desplazaba por sobre los cerros.
It's a rocket launch. I didn't watch this on purpose. It's a rocket launch, you idiots. You know where this was, right? Big Rock, California, right?
Y que al día siguiente
Oh, that's right. It was Peru. Shh, I'm joking.
Estaba en primera plana de un diario local.
That's a rocket launch, you hairdo wearing Jack Barger.
Bien cuando ya termina llegar al extremo del cerro y se eleva.
Este periodista argentino lo vio también.
Avanza, desaparece y luego va descendiendo y después desaparece.
Nuestro camarógrafo registró también luces de diversos colores y movimientos erráticos. Para Sixto Paz, una demostración de que el contacto existe.
De que ese contacto está vigente y que el mensaje es real, un mensaje alternativo y de esperanza para este mundo.
Venga, por favor, venga. Hágame caso y vamos allá, por favor. Hacia allá, ve usted.
I don't see anything magical.
Por favor.
I see an airplane. That was an airplane right there. Right? Watch. That's an airplane. And then it turns. Meow.
Venga.
They're all singing to an airplane. They're all singing to an airplane. We all hail Bushnell and those other airplane builders. They're in the sky. Oh, he's turning back, coming to us. This is so stupid. I can't believe they didn't debunk this. Who? Look at that on the bottom there. What's that moving? 2 airplanes or 1? Oh, looks like it might be turning. It's turning. Maybe it's turning. Excusez-moi. Je m'appelle Richard, Jojo. J'écoutais mes voix et GUFON. J'écoutais. Let's move on to the next videos. Maybe we talk about the story. Or Richard Doty. Hey, Doty! Okay. I don't know what to talk. I literally have so okay. Do you guys there was rewind. When I first got into this field, I was married. And in the first 6 months, and I'd say from April 04 to December 04 was, I should say, amazing. What happened? Me and my wife, after we saw on April 14th and 15th in the sky right above the house, orbs that were moving and doing things that satellites don't do. Make a long story short, the dog wakes up at 11:45, starts growling. I think there's somebody in the backyard with the flashlight. Wake my wife up right next to me. And an orb came through the window into the house. And somebody else got video of an orb that came into their house. And this one, they're calling it a sphere that visited Juanito Juan, have not only recorded them flying over the outside of his house, they've also entered his home. making this an extraordinary case of contact with non-human entities and technology in Valle Hermoso, Tamaulipas, Mexico. So, I lived in Arizona, right? Not too far from Mexico, right? Matter of fact, within walking distance. You have a good leg. And this video is really close to what I saw and my wife and dog, what we saw come into our home. Holy shit. I mean, when I saw this video, I was like, if that's a fake, it's a darn good fake. Not this one, this one. This looks a little bit smaller. The one my wife and I saw, I would have to say, illuminated to a basketball size, but was probably softball size in the center core. But this looks like a baseball size or maybe even golf ball. But it's like the same flashing. See, the one that came into my home flashed so much that I would blink my eyes really fast and it would be invisible sometimes if I caught it right. It's a weird thing to explain. But have you ever done that with a ceiling fan? You look at a ceiling fan and blink your eyes really fast. It slows down. It's a strobe. You're making your own strobe light in your head. Well, this is similar to what came into my home. Right around the very fast. And yeah, I mean, it was weird. That looked like two little balls, really. That was weird. I don't know, but a lot of people don't believe in this stuff. There's a difference between that and spirit orbs. Spirit orbs and spheres could be linked together, but I don't think they should be. I think spheres and orbs and spirit orbs are all in their own categories, and I think you guys probably agree to that. I saw something that was intelligent. It came into my home. It went into the bathroom. It went into the closet. It moved around. You could hear the hangers clanging. Okay? And our bathroom was under construction. It comes. Why would it go into the closet? We had nothing in there but clothes and shoes. It was my wife had a closet and I had a closet. It went into her closet. And came out. It looked like it looked at itself into the bathroom mirror. There was no, I'm doing this. And the only reason I do this because you could see that it was turning, but it was like the energy swirled. Like it was swirling to where it looked. And then when it went back to this other way, it kind of like reoriented all of the. You know what it reminds me of? A snow globe. If you shook a snow globe up and had 10 times more dust in there or whatever makes the reflections, it would be something like that. And then if you were to move it, all the swirling motion of the electricity went, and then it would reorient, and then you could see when it turned little crackling noises like static electricity, but it went through you too. I can't even explain. Oh my God, I wish we could have recorded it. I always thought there was a message in the clicking noises that it was giving off. Told my wife, I go, I bet you that's kind of like a Morse code. We talked about it till 5:30 in the morning when it left. And it was only in the house for like a minute. It was a quick, fastest minute in my life. Maybe it was there 2 hours. I don't know. But it all started at 11:45 and it was done at 12:01. Yeah, right after midnight. I remember looking right at the clock. Wait, that's 15 minutes. Yeah, because it felt like it was only a minute. I didn't even think of that. Why didn't I think of that? How could that be? Huh? I've told that story probably a dozen times. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, the time. Because it felt like it was a minute. Here's what I know. Came in, looked, it was real fast, go to bed, go to closet, come back out, stare at us, and then leave through the window the same way it came. That's it. There was no conversation. There was nothing. The one thing about that was the dog watched it. My dog watched and didn't really make a peep. He did go like he was about to growl, and then something made him stop. Like he went. I remember I had my hand on him. Anyway, very strange. I just wanted to share that video, and it brought back flooding memories of it. It was just phenomenal. And I saw that video, and I thought it was pretty close. I can't believe that was 21 years ago. Wow. All right. I'm so sick. I think this has got to be the dumb. Okay, and maybe it's not the dumbest. It doesn't make sense when people say this, what I'm about to show you. Why? Why do they say this?
I think in 1952, we sent a signal to the cosmos, which is that we're very, very close to being in possession of root level knowledge. If there was something or someone there to hear us, they probably heard us as saying we're on the verge of being able to come visit. That's terrifying.
That's the dumbest statement anyone in ufology makes. Ooh, a big bang on planet Earth means, oh, I guess they got technology to fly. Stupid! Well, no, Rich, you have to understand, if they did a scan of what exploded on planet Earth, they would realize it was nuclear, in fact. So what? It was a bomb. It wasn't technology that took us to space. It wasn't a propulsion. It was bombs. That's not a signal.
Oh, they got technology. They're gonna go interstellar any day now.
Stupid. It's the number one dumbest thing smart guys say. I like that. That's how you say that statement. It's the number one dumbest things smart people say in ufology. Just did it.
There's a big
It couldn't have been an asteroid. Couldn't have been a meteor, right? It couldn't have been a technological mishap on the old, oh, they know we're here. And they know we can't go anywhere. Oh, what exploded? Oh, bomb. They're laughing. They're not worried. Oh, they found the matches, as some guy. They found the matches and they learned how to use them. Hey, that's another thing smart guys say. That's stupid. I'm allowed to say whatever I want because I don't claim to be the smart guy. Just so happens I am. I can't believe. And I'm not that smart. I'm the average guy. Really, I am. My IQ is what, 120? I mean, that's average, right? Average. It was 118. Is that good? I thought 130 was good. Yeah, I took it 2 years ago. Hey, David Wilcox. Oh, man, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Thank you very much. And you left a nice message which says, could they tell the difference between nuclear and an exploding star that far away? That's a good point. Right. they would have to have some sort of, what do they call them? Spectrometer thing? Hold on, my microphone's a little too far away. There we go. I think it would have to be something where they can detect. And if we can detect the chemical compounds of the clouds on planets far away, I'm sure they can detect a bomb. See, that's the thing. We assume they have telescopes that can, read that stuff. How do we know? Maybe they didn't invent that yet. I don't know. If they can detect the sound, most likely they can see the area from which it came. I wonder if they can determine if it was a man-made explosion or a natural collision, more or less. Yeah, interesting. Thanks for the 10, though. I appreciate that. David Wilcox, not Wilcox, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Hey, and also there's a poll in the show. Do you think Luna will get brand new UFO information released on UFOs? Yes and no, two easy answers. 75% no right now and 25% yes. We'll let that go for another hour till the end of the show. So keep voting. We've only got 55 votes. We'd like to see about 100 to get us there at the nice round number. We usually get around 90, 75, 90. We used to get 150. But no. I'm not going to talk about the Shadow Man. All right. Thanks, David. Move. All right. Being in this field, a lot of people that we listen to come from a place where they learned from somebody else. They had a mentor. Jeremy Corbell has himself. Right? Others, such as Richard Doty, worked with Hal Puthoff, Dr. Puthoff, right? Some of them just gelled for some reason or another. Or was it because they had the same ideology, way of thinking, or the bullshit repellent didn't work, but it enhanced each other's bullshittery? See, that's the UFO community. Everybody knows everybody's full of shit who makes a claim. This is the truth, I'm telling you. Anybody who gets anybody on their show automatically is so skeptical. They automatically believe to not believe. But they play along. And they don't give them they don't ask the hard questions. No. Why? Because it's entertaining. And now, in the last 4 years, the way this Biden administration really did not give a fudge about money and where it was used and who got what funds to do nefarious or secretive things behind closed doors with the black budget programs. Money can't be found. $5 trillion missing. Nobody knows where that went. But I digress. So Richard Doty worked for Hal Puthoff for 12 years, and he was a Scientologist. And he met other Scientologists through Dr. Puthoff. He worked for him in 94 through 2007. He had conversations with him about it, and he explained it to him what his beliefs were about Scientology and UFOs. Richard Doty says that Hal Puthoff was a Scientologist while Doty worked for Puthoff from the 90s into the 2000s. Puthoff introduced Doty to other Scientologists during this time. Doty says Puthoff and other Scientologists were able to separate their beliefs from their work. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm just allergic to bullshit. Give me a. You can't, and they didn't. Do you know how hard it would be to be a Scientologist and to say, you know what we believe in, and it's happening. It's happening. You're not supposed to think that way. Don't think that way. Think objectively. Don't think about Scientology. It's happening. Do you have any evidence? Yes. They say it in Scientology that this was going to happen. You're not supposed to talk about Scientology. You're supposed to do it objectively. I can't separate the two. It's impossible. I know it is, but you got to act like it. That's what they're paying us for. I can't separate it. And they don't. So they bring in their Scientology ways into the real UFO world. And they go, oh yeah, Bobo's real. This is real. We can do this, that, and the other thing with no evidence, no proof to back it up. But believe it. Because it's true. Because why? Because they said so. I'm trying to get my energy back. It's not easy. It's not easy. Being just pulled negatively into this field of lies, deceit, and the takeover of ufology. No, it's not. It's done. You're all done. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this 2-minute clip from Doty. I want you to just listen to this guy was paid to lie. You know that, right? He killed somebody by accident, but nonetheless, his stories, but nonetheless.
Your experience with Scientology in the ufology field, like, is there any kind of, seepage? Like, is there any kind of overlap with that?
Seepage?
Well, I worked for Dr. Putoff for 12 years, and he was a Scientologist. And but he never mixed religion with his professional work.
Bullshit.
I met other Scientologists through Dr. Putoff, and they were reasonably reasonable people who could separate their science because.
Right. And when they, oh God, and when they couldn't figure shit out, right? When they hit a wall, what do? They filled in the blanks with the Scientology bullshit. Do you see?
Most of the people that I met through Dr. Putoff were scientists or mathematicians or
liars, hoaxers, charlatans,
professional technologists. And they separated their that Scientology belief from their duties of being a scientist or a technologist. So I haven't seen anything that would connect Scientology with the belief in UFOs or vice versa.
I employed Bahal Putoff from I think like 2006 to 2010, and this is when he introduced you to Scientologists. So do you think he's still kind of involved in those circles at that time? Thank you.
No, I worked for him from 1994 to 2007, and I knew he was a Scientologist, but he didn't interfere with any of his job or his duties. But and I did have conversations with him about it, because I was at that time, 1994 time frame, 95. I was somewhat ignorant of what Scientology was, and he explained it to me, explained what his beliefs were.
What? He just made himself sound so stupid. He goes, I didn't really know what Scientology was about, and he explained it to me. That comment alone makes everything he said before that null and void. Because he said before, he didn't mix Scientology into a science. Bullshit. bullshit. You just got caught in a lie. That's how hard it is to maintain a lie, guys. He just lied and didn't even say anything. But he just got caught in one. He just got caught in a lie. Amazing.
But he didn't go overboard with it, and nor did I ever see him his religion interfere with any of his work.
How would you know if you know nothing about the religion, you idiot? And the guy who you don't know anything about his religion is telling you what you need to know about the religion. Oh my God.
So that's about all I can say about
it. Gullible dick. What a dick.
Oh, I just, he just told me what Scientology was, and there's no way they mixed the two. No. Oh, no.
God, what a dwarf. Frickin' walrus mustache. I don't like Richard Doty. I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks like a liar. The way Lou looks like a bully. You know what I mean? The way Corbell looks like a shyster. They all look like they're supposed to. It's amazing. It really is. Because it's the truth. It's the way the Matrix made this. We are all in this together. We're all playing a role. None of this matters now. I mean, it does to us at this moment. But did it matter before we got here? No. And is it going to matter when I'm done? No. That's the sad thing. That's what makes me hurt inside. Is that this shit isn't being... It's been played so much that we can't take it seriously to the point where it matters. What we all say doesn't matter unless there's profound, and I mean undeniable evidence that what you're saying is true. Other than that, this is just pure entertainment until the truth comes out. And that's sad to me, because I see a lot of people trying to one-up the next person trying to get their 15 minutes. And it's not for the greater good. It's for their greater good. That's what Corbell is. It's about him. It's not about, it really isn't. It's not about the truth. It's sad. And it looks that way because they got a pretty good show. That Weaponized, I like it. I don't care if you hate it, if you hate him, if you hate George. I still like the show, even though I haven't watched it in a month and a half. Since they went on break, Christmas, I think it was, I haven't come back and watched an episode yet. Just a piece of one. But I like the show. You got to give credit where credit is due, or else you're not credible yourself. All right. Now, that clip that I played, well, it also led into this other 2-minute clip where Hal Puthoff talks about Richard Doty being a consultant. And he liked Richard Doty so much that he gave him a job and all this other stuff. All right, so let's listen to this. All of this, do you want to know what it means? Nothing. This means absolutely nothing, but I'm playing it. Why? Because it's interesting and entertaining.
Richard Doty has stated on the internet
Because this is old. Who cares what happened in the past? Who cares about what Hal Puthoff did in Scientology? Who cares about Doty? What has he done for us lately? None of this matters. But if you don't know about this history, then everything else you hear me say and others that are trying to show you the truth won't matter. You have to see how it all ties in, who these people are. You have to see what they say. So yeah, it does matter. as much as it doesn't. It's weird, I know, but it's entertaining at the same time. I think it's unbelievably interesting. I love listening to all these old clips, and that's why I play them, because we get to see what they said and the bullshit that came out of their mouth and the shit that never came true and the claims that they made that disclosure was going to happen and the claims that they made that and none of it ever happens. I think it's interesting and entertaining.
Controversial figure, as
I'll get to those
know.
supers.
And he stated that he had worked for us for, I guess, over a decade or whatever. That was a period in which we were really investigating all kinds of aspects of the phenomena that I talked about today. And so we had all kinds of consultants. And Richard Doty was one of them. And so he gathered up information that he could gather up and thought we'd be interested in, but he was like one of many. And so even though he's a very controversial figure out there, we're not sure if the data he provided, what was the percentage of that we could really count on. But hey, we didn't want to leave any stone unturned, anything that might be hiding under a rock. So we had several people, and he was one, who consulted with us, and you know, he told us about various sightings and certain aspects of government programs and so on. So, so what he says is true, and it'd be too long to try to go into the data he provided us. But some of it we evaluated and could verify, and some of it we couldn't verify, and some of it we're pretty sure might not exactly be the case. But he was a counterintelligence officer, so that would be okay, because that would be his job.
He looks like a freaking Muppet. He does. He looks like an alien. What if he is? Right? I mean, he does have very crooked eyes. Right? Right? What is this, a data port? How he charges himself? You know? I don't know.
So anyway, we interacted with all levels of people in and out of the government. So it's not surprising.
Why are his eyes wet? I mean, he's got to put Vaseline
Surprising
on his
that
eyes. I don't get this guy. To keep his eyeballs rotating? Because they dry up and they might stick.
You know, if we were doing all of this and trying to find out everything we could find out, why would we leave out of our toolkit somebody who's making these big claims and was clearly part of a program? So yeah, we worked with him.
Sounds like Adam Sandler. David Wilcox, not Wilcock, celebrates 35 months of UFON membership. No further ahead and no further behind, but it's been very entertaining. That is true. That is true. Echoing the words tonight. In the halls, in the annals of ufology, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and another step back makes it even. But it was fun getting there. Well, thank you, David. And I also saw $2 coming up, Sky Allen, and that is a super dono. That's a donation with no emoji or message. A dono. It's just pure love. Thank you very much, Sky Allen, throwing it down towards the goal. 7 more. Thank you very much. Metalhead said he met Ray Bradbury when he was a kid. Ah, I used to love those Easter eggs. Yeah, those were cool. Huh? Oh! I didn't know. I meant Star Wars. Yeah, sorry. Oh, no. Star Trek. I know. I'm joking. That's cool, actually. I never met anybody until I got older. I guess I was... No, I take that back. At 13, I met and call this weird. Because how does this happen in my life? How did this happen? George, and what was her name? Nancy? the Lutzes, who owned the Amityville home, who the movie was made about, were in my home for Amway in 1980 or 81. Yeah. And before they came over, we were told to not talk about the house or stare. I remember them saying, don't stare. And I remember sitting in the corner of the living room when they all came in. And my parents are being introduced because they had the meeting at my parents' house, the Amway. It was kind of new back then, so they were still recruiting, and they were trying to recruit my parents. And I remember the Lutzes didn't even look my way. And I remember looking back at them, and I kept looking for spirits leaving their bodies, but I saw no shadows, nothing. I was very disappointed. I had no feeling of scaredities. And back then, I was not in touch with that side of myself, but I believed in abilities and that strange things did happen to me as that child. And a lot of 13-year-old, 14-year-olds, pubescent teens going through puberty go through strange things. It's a known fact, which is why they believe sometimes when there's an exorcism being done, it's done on a 13 or 14-year-old girl, right? They think they have some sort of psychological breakdown, I think, right? Isn't that what they say? Because they're going through puberty and it messes with their head. But also the demon entered, and that's why there was blood. Dun, dun, dun. That's not why. But is it? Hey, I don't know about you, but I just learned that a lot of kids go missing. A lot of traffic. I watched this, there was a video on YouTube. I don't know, maybe it wasn't. These people worked at the port where loading containers come in, you know, the big rectangle things. They look like they're on the back of trains, or they, looks like a train car. Well, a lot of them are quitting and have PTSD, believe it or not, because they keep hearing people screaming for help in the containers, shipping containers. No ventilation, no heat, no air, no food, no waste removal. How long are they in there? A week? 2 weeks? Nobody knows. But they're screaming, and they hear it every day at the port. I thought it was... I know it's see something, say something, but they need to amend that to hear something, say something too. Unbelievable. If you say anything, they'll fire your ass, or worse, throw you in the container. That's what they're scared of. Dude, what world are we living in? And Trump's the bad guy, huh? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's crumbelievable. Speaking of unbelievable, I want you to hear this from Greer. Greer calls out Tim Burchett, says he's bitch made. Can you believe the terminology here? This is Greer. Listen to this.
So what good does that? So why do you, this is the other thing I said to Burchett. Why do you have, Congressman Burchett, why do you want people here who admit they don't have anything? When I've told you that there are all these people who will go up there today who handle the materials. There's something not right with this picture. I'm calling them out right now, and I haven't done this yet. Is that get serious or go home, right? But somebody needs to get serious about this, because I think all this is going to come out in the next year or two. And when it does, it's got to come out properly.
Yep.
One person very close to the intelligence community told me after the election, he said, if this comes out the way it's being directed now, it'll be 1,000 times worse than COVID. It'd be a global catastrophe.
No one.
So what good does that?
Folks, Greer's right. Greer is right. That doesn't make sense. What did Greer just say? He said, hey, I've got guys, whistleblowers, who actually handled the materials, and you want to put guys like Grush, who heard about this stuff, who never even seen it with his own eyes. What's wrong with you that you don't want to put this whistleblower in front of Congress? Something's not right, and he's right. Or they did look into it and found out that it's bullshit. The stories aren't real. Or they can't prove who's Greer. Wait, they can't prove who these people are that Greer's gotten. I don't know what that means. They just can't. It's not working out. That's all I know. They don't like Greer's guys. That's got to be it. I like Greer's guys. They're just as good as any other guys out there. Right? They're not bad guys. They have the same lies as the next guy. And by golly, they should have a chance to try to pull it over and see if they can get away with it. The best lie wins, darn it. Isn't that the way this works? Because that's what this is. That's what we live in. We live in a world where the best lie wins. Because nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows Nobody knows the truth. I say it all the time. All I can do is tell you they're wrong and trying to explain why. Maybe I don't do a great job at it. Maybe I do. I don't know. I think it's obvious. So I don't think you need me to explain anything to you because it's so obvious that every time a claim is made, there's no evidence ever. All right. Ever. Until then, Jake Reacher, whatever the hell his name is, Barber, his egg story fell apart. Especially since that's not his egg in the video. That was very disrespectful. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You shouldn't like it either. All right, I want you to listen to this. Tell me if you like what Tulsi Gabbard has to say, however you say her name. Is it Tulsi? Tulsi? Is that her name?
That the political establishment and propaganda media don't want you to know. Ukraine's President Zelensky has just banned yet another political opposition party, one that questioned his legitimacy as president, and used Ukraine's Department of Justice to mandate the seizure of this party's members' assets. Now, this is just the latest of Zelensky's actions to do this sort of thing. He began banning major political opposition parties in 2022, when he also started banning TV channels that were associated with his political opponents. And he took over total control of Ukraine's largest television networks, now controlled by their government.
He's a dictator.
Now, Zelensky's presidential term ended on May 20th. He canceled elections in the name of martial law, suspending Ukraine's constitution so he could stay in power. Now, defenders of Zelensky will say, hey, Ukraine is in the middle of a war. They can't have elections. Just stop for a moment and think, if we accept that excuse or criteria for suspending the Constitution and canceling elections, then we should presume that leaders in our own country and our own establishment media will also use this same excuse and rationale when they suspend our Constitution and our elections, since we too are at war with Russia and China. If you think this sounds crazy, look at what's already going on. They've already started conditioning us to accept a dictatorship by rationalizing their own use of our Department of Justice to target President Trump and other political enemies in their efforts to stay in power.
And maybe you guys don't know, maybe you do, but Zelensky, the reason he was treated the way he was at the White House was because they think they found out what he was doing behind their backs. He made a deal with the UK for minerals, drilling for these minerals, that if the US would have gotten control of this or whatever, this contract, I guess, it would give them billions of dollars in profit. But Zelensky made a deal behind our backs without telling us with the UK. And what Zelensky was trying to do was to get the US to bankroll in case the UK defaulted on any payments. We would be responsible for any payments for 100 years. Trump said, that's a bad deal. No way, Jose. And that's when they figured out, oh my God, they're trying to bankrupt the United States. This guy's a dictator, number one, who's very disrespectful, came into the Oval Office, White House, and dressed like, like he was, which is disrespectful, when in Rome, So we're not saying you got to wear a veil or anything. Just put a suit on or maybe a sports jacket. So he doesn't like Trump. He wanted Biden to win. It didn't go his way, and now he's a baby. And that's what they do. They cry. They victim blame, right? They victim blame. Is that what it is? They play the victim. And they want to use us. They want to use our money. They want to use our weapons for their war. Trump said, no more. If you don't sign the deal, put an end to the war, ceasefire. It doesn't make sense. Why would you want the killing to keep going on? Put a ceasefire. Figure it out while you're in the ceasefire. That's all Trump was saying. No. Anyway, I don't know where I was going. There was something UFO in there somewhere. Something had to do with UFOs. I don't know what it was, but I'll remember it later. But anyway, that's what happened. That's why they were treating him like shit. But they didn't. This isn't something that doesn't happen often. Those kind of conversations that you saw Trump have with Zelensky, those always were the conversations. There's stories of presidents screaming and yelling and pounding on the table at their, peeps. I can't think. I'm just trying to do, there's so much I want to say at the same time. I'm having overload. It's my dyslexia. All right. What time is it? Hey, and I appreciate you guys helping with support. If you want to help support the show, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You know what to do. All right. I need a 30-second break. I can't talk, so I want you to enjoy a little bit and relax while we do this.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they? Oh. I was going to play a clip, but I'm not going to. Some UFOs for you to look at from Russia. Some of these look like, I don't know, from Mexico, Peru, Brazil. Not these. I don't know. That's a fake or something. Isn't this from Brazil, though? Don't you remember seeing these? Unfocused.
That's a UFO in Medellin, Colombia.
Colombia, man. It's from Colombia. That's right. Colombia, Brazil. I'm sweating all of a sudden. Why am I sweating?
UFO is moving.
The balloon is moving. Oh, sorry, bro. There it goes. Potatoes into the sea. Oh, gee. Is there another one? No, that's terrible. That was awful. But what are they? If that was a UFO, why would it go so gingerly to the ground? Oh, look at the balloon in the sky. It's a UFO. Let's catch it. Oh, la, 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 la. And it lands in their hands. And they got it, right? And they, oh, la, la, oh, la, la. And they leave it, oh, and then there's a crashed UFO and everybody's dead inside. See, what I really believe, I believe UFOs come in these sizes. I really do. I do. And I don't think they shrink down. But I think they shrink down. I don't know. When I was young, you know, I felt that I was shrunk into a very small person. So small that dust bunnies looked huge and they were disgusting. You never want to see a dust bunny as a 1-inch human. It's the worst thing. It looks like it's alive. It's disgusting. Yeah. It looks like a tumbleweed the size of a building with maggots magically moving underneath the skin. That's what I saw. Anyway, I think that they are, because there was a story of, okay, do you remember the attack in Brazil 1977 when the army came in and then people were actually unalived? I always wanted to say that. But there was a girl who a week earlier found out that she had leukemia. And she's laying in her bed, and one of the UFOs this size came up to her chest and hoovered right there. She couldn't move. She wanted to scream. She couldn't. And then the UFO lifted up and then right over her head, out the window, and into the sky. A week later, she goes to the doctor. Cancer's gone. The leukemia is gone. Cured. She told everybody about the experience with the UFOs. And they think one of these saved their life. Why her? What's so special about her? Because if you think she was 13 about then, she was born in 65, that means she's about 60 now. Yeah. What'd she do? I don't see any great things coming from her. Why save her? Oh, I get it. They were just flying around and they're killing people and hurting people. And all of a sudden they see a 13-year-old girl and they go, hey, do you see what's in her chest? What is that? I ain't never seen anything like it. Let's take it out of her and take a look. Maybe they did. Maybe they took it out of her and thinking, all right, well, we got this goopy stuff in the lab, but we're going to take it back home and spread it around. I don't know. It's weird. What just happened? $10 from Metalhead because you're human. Oh, no. Am I? Am I evil? I am mad. Yes, I am. My mother was a witch. She was burned alive. I thank this little bitch for the tears I cry. Take me down now, right? Don't want to see your face. Old Metallica. We're talking 70s Metallica. Yeah, not a lot of people know that song. Thank you, Metalhead. Throwing it down because you're human. Says you.
Says you, brother.
Ooh. Oh, that shouldn't have happened. See how my voice loosened up after the hour? All of a sudden I can speak. Now look, I start talking about it and there it is. Can I just do that? Oh, I can do it on purpose. Well, wait. I want to make my voice go out, in and out. I can do it. I can do it too. But I wasn't faking. Why would I show you I can fake it? I didn't even know. Thank you, Metalhead. I thought there was another one. Here it is. Henry, my man, thank you very, very much. It's a dono. All right. I'm not going to make the heart. But you know, guys, we shouldn't be doing hearts to each other. You do it to girls. I want to take that back. Guys, don't do this. Ever. Don't. Just don't do it. I don't know. It reminds me of something. But it's just a heart symbol. It's just the people I see in my mind making that. But Henry, thank you very much. Mr. Sterling, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you very much, sir. Mucho gusto generoso. It's a super dono, and that's the one. Didn't we used to have a, what was that? Didn't I used to have a super, I used to have a super chat blast. That's right. I don't have it anymore. Well, that was on StreamYard. Not the same. Truthology for ufology, and we do it for you, What's supposed to happen there? I don't know why it started. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, everybody. Hey, we're 5 away? We have 1 minute and 30 left. We are halfway to the event. Close. I tell you what. I hate to say it, but, you know, I know we need 5 more, but if anybody threw down a 20, I would do something very interesting. You don't have to. I don't want to play that game. I don't like that. You got to get to 10. You got to get to 10. That's the goal. You can do $2, $4, $5, whatever. Forget about the 20. Forget I said it. All right, let's continue with the show. Thank you, Henry. I hate that I said that. It's not how I want to play the game. I don't like that. You do it if you want, right? All right. Oh, and I want to thank Jeanette. Jeanette also sent a nice PayPal gift before the show, which was a very nice surprise, by the way. Thank you, Jeanette, a continuing supporter. of GUFON, the angel of GUFON. The reals. Bernie throwing it down. That's a $2 dono right towards the Golio. Thank you very much, Bernie, a continuing supporter as well. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. It's a super dono. It is. I want to show you something. I want to show you this video. I want you to tell me what you think this is. I'm not going to give you any information other than it's from Madrid. All right. You tell me, what is this and why?
Mira, estos son los ovnis, ¿no? Esto es el centro de Madrid. Están a la altura del río, hermano. ¿Cómo me vas a decir que no, weón? Están súper arriba. Literalmente, estamos siendo invadidos, weón. Pero qué loco, mira, y allá hay más. Arriba están como que otros, justo arriba. Justo arriba hay como otros. Mira. Esos no son estrellas, hermano.
Son excesos.
Esas no son estrellas. Es como si hubiesen venido un montón. Y mira cómo se mueven. ¿Qué son pájaros? ¿Qué son pájaros?
Lo más lógico de estos huevones están yendo a un lugar, pero dentro de la Tierra. Pues la huevona se va a ver.
Mira, cada vez hay más. Aparecen de la puta nada.
Sí.
Mira, y hay más. Y sus movimientos son irregulares, hermano.
Y tienen luces.
Y tienen luces.
Ajá. No, pero lo más lógico es que estos huevones no simplemente están rodeando la Tierra, están yendo a un lugar, a un punto exacto de la Tierra.
Como que todos se van a... Mira, porque ahí están los demás.
Mira, se han juntado todos ahí. Se han juntado todos ahí de nuevo.
Okay. Bernie, I'm with you, and I want to explain why. Okay, this is from San Madrid, dusty, dry Madrid, right? You know what? If you look at the clouds, see how the cloud there? It's nearing sunset, and it looks like it's a dusty type of, like, it looks like there were some storms. Look at the low clouds. This place gets some storms, but they also, during these storms, get dust devils. They're twisters that are very much milder, but I think some papers got picked up in a dust devil and it started swirling, and dust devils can bring objects up to 1,500 feet with ease, actually a mile up into the sky. So I think, because I've captured something similar, that's what this is. And I think Bernie's right. It's papers in a dust devil. I don't think these are UFOs. Just because of the swirling action. Take a look. And
qué loco, mira, y allá
the residual
hay más.
effect
Arriba
is
están
papers
como
are
que,
falling.
como que
Of course,
otros,
they're going to be
justo arriba.
separated. And these are all falling
Justo arriba hay
to the
como
ground.
otros, mira. Esos no son.
None of them are making any hard angled turns. None of them are going fast.
Esas no son estrellas, hermano.
None of them are disappearing, reappearing.
Esas no son estrellas. Es
You
como
know,
si
so
hubiesen
they're
venido
just
un
going
montón.
with the wind.
Y
And
mira
that
cómo se
wind was
mueven.
circular spinning in
¿Qué son
form of a
pájaros?
dust devil with very limited dust.
¿Qué son pájaros?
But a storm system right there that created winds that are probably swirling.
Mira, cada vez hay más. Aparecen de la puta nada.
Or
Mira, y
these
hay
are
más.
UFOs, and
Y
I'm
sus-
wrong
Y sus movimientos son
altogether.
irregulares, hermano.
But if it looks like a duck,
Ajá. No, pero lo más lógico es que estos huevones no simplemente están rodeando.
Se han juntado todos ahí de nuevo.
yo,
Como por
wait,
las
whoa,
nubes.
what the?
Están todos esparcidos.
Todas esas dos- Mira, ahí están.
Oh, okay. I thought they disappeared, but they get out of his focus range. Interesting.
Se están yendo como para esa nube grandota.
Or they're going behind the clouds.
Sí, se están juntando de nuevo todos.
It's still interesting, but it's because it's not something you see every day.
Mira, mira, siguen
Mira, ya se
apareciendo.
movieron los de acá.
Hermano.
Look.
¿Cómo me vas a decir que no, weón? Están súper
See the
arriba.
swirling?
Literalmente, estamos siendo invadidos, weón.
And also, what spins in that direction? Dust devils. They don't go the other way. Or else I would think that this was something unique, but it's not.
Pero
It's
qué loco.
spinning the same exact direction dust devils do. It's a good job. Way to go, Burn. Dagger clouds. Yeah. Yeah, very good name for that. Ollie? Ollie's here? Alien Addict is here? I don't know. I thought I saw somebody say Ollie. All right, that was a good one. Uh-oh, hold on. Uh-oh, no. Oh, God, thank God. Thought I lost everything. Get rid of that. I have several things I want to talk about, but I don't know if I want to do it. The UAP disclosure agenda has been completely busted as a government op to take over the UFO community. Lou Elizondo busted. Chuck Schumer busted. James Clapper busted. James, oh my God, that's right. Oh no. Oh, watch this. This is, oh my God. I forgot about this. Yeah. Listen to this. This is good. You'll like this. This is the UFO community in a nutshell. I think that's this video.
It's all the same. I keep seeing the same cycle of like the UAPs.
Unexplained aerial phenomenon.
So they're having hearings, and Chuck Schumer, that paragon of virtue is like, was he sick of the lies? And he's signing a bill.
He's sick of the lies, Kurt.
Oh,
we come right before the office of Senator Schumer to express our appreciation.
What a bunch of idiots.
For his leadership.
Here's the biggest idiot right here. One of the biggest idiots in ufology. I forget his name. Franco, I think is his name.
Yeah. And
he's representing the people.
Dude, Lou Elizondo risked his career to tell us there might be something he might have heard and it might be dangerous. And there's a documentary, and I'm going to see James Clapper on a documentary. James fucking Clapper. He gets an attack of the honesties about UFOs. Hunter's laptop, though, he's going to sign that shit, right?
Right.
But this fucker's going to tell me the truth now. So I don't think there's something. I know there is, because you wouldn't be all like how they're being about it. But I'm sick of this J.J. Abrams mystery box storytelling,
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of propaganda.
That is so unbelievably true and painfully true. Painful. Check link balloons. All right, let me save this. Open link in a new tab. Here we go. Oh my God. All right, let me pull it up. That's good. That's really good, actually. This is from David Wilcox, not Wilcox, showing us balloons being launched at night. It says stock footage, blinking, helium balloons flying at night. Let's see if they move like the video we just watched. Well, what do you know? Yes and no. Yes and no. That's amazing, isn't it? They do, but they're not swirling. but you get a little wind and, you know, maybe push them. But that almost does look like there's a swirl. That's a pretty cool video. Doesn't it look like it starts to swirl even a little? Look, they are. Just a little bit. That's funny. Good video, man. Yeah, so balloons, paper. I don't know. Now I don't know. Maybe it was aliens. Maybe it was. I don't think so, but that's interesting. All right, that's all I can give tonight. I'm sweating like a manchi over here. I've got to get something in me belly. My mouth is getting hot. All right. Hey, thank you guys for the support. We didn't make the goal, but it was close. So close. 6 out of 10. But I thank you guys. We'll do it again. I'll still do something very special. It doesn't mean I won't. It'll be 60%. And the poll stayed the same. 71% of you think Anna Luna will not get brand new evidence. She's going to be stonewalled. 70% to 30, basically, 82 votes. She's going to be stonewalled at every move, every angle, every corner, every person, every handshake, every meeting, every skiff. She's not going to get anything new to give to us. She's definitely not going to be disclosing aliens. Look what's happened. It's already been 2 months. She hasn't done anything, and she has to do JFK, MLK, RLK, and then, a couple others. She's got like 6, 7 files. There's no way she's going to be able to get through all of this. There's no way. Her and the help she gets. There's just no way. You know what's sad about that? Rose Cuckold, I think, listens into this show. I tell you, I do. I think he listens to GUFON. And he is now saying he doesn't think she will get... I said this yesterday. He stole it from me.
Whistleblowers back on Capitol Hill.
Thanks,
Congresswoman
David.
Anna Paulina Luna heading up the task force on declassification and transparency. She says that includes UAPs. And just days ago, she shared she's hoping to get Grush and Elizondo, as well as officials from the Pentagon's UAP investigation office, together. The group could meet in a sensitive compartmented information facility that's also known as a SCIF to share what is known. And for more, we are joined by News Nation special correspondent and investigative journalist Ross Coulthart. Ross, always good to
Man, Jiminy Glick. Who makes his lips? A Coke bottle?
see you. Thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure, Natasha. Good evening.
Is this game-changing? Because Congresswoman Luna wants to hear more from these key figures who, by the way, you have spoken on, you have brought to News Nation, like David Grush, like Luis Elizondo. Talk to us about getting these whistleblowers into a SCIF. What will that be able to reveal that hasn't been revealed before?
Well, frankly, I have to be honest with you, Natasha, and say it's not worth a hill of beans unless the committee that Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna leads, or rather the task force that she leads, is given the resources and the powers to do its job. At the moment, they're still trying to figure out whether or not they can get the security classifications of David Grush, for example, restored so that David can give evidence inside that SCIF, knowing that he's not breaching any national security obligations. One of the problems we've got at the moment is we've been promised a lot by the new administration, and we should hold their feet to the fire and make sure that they are leading and honouring those obligations. But the simple fact is, at the moment, Anna Paulina Luna's task force, it's a 6-month task force. She's pledged to look at not just UAPs, but also investigate the assassination of JFK and the release of those files, organise the release of the Epstein files, investigate Martin Luther King and and RFK's murders as well. And frankly, I don't think there's much chance of her doing that within the 6-month period. She doesn't even have the powers of subpoena. They have to come from the actual Oversight and Accountability Committee Chairman, James Comer. So a lot of people, myself included, are getting increasingly sceptical that the administration is promising a lot to get a quick headline, but are they actually going to follow through and give the well-motivated and well-intentioned Congresswoman Luna the powers she needs? Just this week, to make my point, she had to actually publicly tweet out to the new Attorney General that the Department of Justice was failing to respond to her task force's request for access to files. And she was resorted to actually having to publicly tweet her frustration to Pam Bondi, the new Attorney General, that essentially they're not getting a response from the Department of Justice. So a lot of talk, a lot of jaw, but are we going to see any action? I think we're entitled to be sceptical.
I hear that skepticism loud and clear.
Nothing's changed. Just because Trump's in office doesn't mean anything. But Luna did say we're going to get to the bottom of these files. We'll see. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, right on time, we think. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I was going to do the morning show with GUFON, Tuesdays and Thursdays, this week. If there's a show in the morning, then you'll know. I'm sorry. If I go on, it'll be at 8 o'clock a.m. If I do it. I don't think I will. But all right, I don't think I will. I forgot I said that. Yeah. Anyway, 7 o'clock works. All right, at night. Now, Eastern. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it all. Truthology for UFOlogy. We do it for you. Which way, sir? Going down, sir? I'm Deputy Dog, sir. Thank you, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, veterans. Everybody's getting along in the chat. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell a friend. UFOs are real. We just don't have any evidence yet. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. Alien bless.
Look at this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it stop one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new evidence that something making proof for not alone. UFO, descending over the dome of the rock.